Hi again. So ninth slot, the sector is AR, VR, 3D, and graphics. Who do we have here? Okay, Nate Shroom, Deutsche Telekom VC. Hi, Nate. Diana Koziarska from Smoke Ventures, Kevin Monserrat from Concealance Ventures, Attila Coder from Startup Campus, and Odette Lavi from Next Tech Now, powered by Publicis Group. Hey guys, thank you for joining. The first startup we have here, WebView 3D. Pavel, are you here with us? Yes, you are. Can you share the presentation? Awesome. You have 3 minutes.
Yeah,
take them away.
Is. All right. Hi, everyone. Web 3D market is growing rapidly, but if you've ever wanted to put a 3D configurator, AI visualizer, or VR experience on your web page, then you probably know how difficult, expensive, and time-consuming it is. Let me show you how to make it quick, easy, and cheap. To solve these problems, we've created WebView 3D. Look how it works. Here, we have a nice panel to add your 3D files and models. Simply set up interface buttons, upload files to add some extra information to describe your model better, just like this. And boom, you have a working app ready to integrate into your page. Just copy and paste. 3D model on your page in 5 minutes. AR and VR ready, mobile friendly. And yes, there is a configurator included, $19.99 a month. And here are some nice use cases for different industries: real estate, automotive, furniture, complex products, construction, and even health products. All these and many more can be effectively presented in WebView 3D. And it's especially useful in COVID times, when people don't want to put themselves at risk with too many contacts. Why are we better than competitors? Well, all of them are very complicated and expensive. With WebView 3D, you can make better-looking apps almost 3 times faster and without any stress, because it's so simple. No programming, no complicated logic setup, no lost textures anymore. We aim for simplicity and new target audience, and that's our blue ocean. What's the investor perspective for this? Here are some numbers. 8-fold growth within 2 closest years expected. On the finance side of the question, we see a break-even point within the first year of operation, and this is being confirmed with our sales channels testing. Plenty of business models: classic SaaS, e-commerce sales commission, paid API access, worldwide scalability. Also, we have some cool features and business models on our roadmap, which will further differentiate us from the competitors and allow access new markets. The architecture is rather classic, so the development plan is quite clear and predictable. By the moment, we have a working MVP, which we are testing with clients. We need to finish our development and prepare the product to enter the mass market. For that, we look for a €200,000 investment. We run it with a team of highly skilled specialists with deep experience in building complex products and applications. We do it because we know how painful and complicated it is to create applications with 3D content, especially for web pages, because there are so many limitations and technology pitfalls. So we've passed all these difficult steps ourselves, and we want to bring a product into the world which will simplify the process greatly and make 3D content on the web mainstream. So if you'd like to know us better, just drop me a message and I'll be happy to share with you. Thanks.
Wow, that was a perfect timing. Yeah, the bell is ringing. Thank you. So let's move on to a Q&A session.
It was a great presentation, Nate. Was it Pavel?
Pavel.
Can you talk about the go-to-market, please, a bit more?
All right, thanks.
You shall answer the questions right away, since you have only 3 minutes left. 3 minutes, 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about your go-to-market? Can you guys hear me okay, or shall I just drop my...
Yeah, maybe
I hear you okay.
You can drop your question in the chat. Maybe something is wrong with the internet, but... For now, maybe the other question. Maybe I have another question.
But can Pavel hear us?
Pavel, can you hear us?
Pavel, can you hear us?
I guess not.
Well, there are usually technical difficulties in the online events.
I'm
You
sorry,
never...
I don't know if it is my internet or your, but I can't
Well,
hear the question because everything is
I-
interrupting.
Yeah, so maybe that's something with your internet. Is there any way you can fix it now? Or maybe you can read out the questions from the chat and answer them.
Well,
Okay,
it seems that
so...
it is better now, so maybe we'll try another time.
Okay, so once again. So in case if you have problems, let us do this thing. We're going to save the 4 minutes for your Q&A, and you will have the ability to reload your page and so on. But for now, we will place the second startup after you. So just hold on, judges. Just remember your questions, note them down. It's fine. And we will see and hear Łukasz. Hello, Łukasz from We Are Fits. Your 3 minutes are starting now.
Okay, so can you hear me? Just please confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Łukasz Rzepecki. I'm from WearFits. At WearFits, we disrupt the fashion industry through 3D and augmented reality by offering a stunning online shopping experience, helping to optimize sales and reduce returns. And one of its biggest problems is the large amounts of returns, which is not sustainable and expensive. And the pandemic has highlighted these problems as business is moving towards e-commerce. So we allow producers and retailers to benefit from modern 3D visualization and online size fitting, enabling customers to have a better feel of the products they buy online. So they can try and
sorry to interrupt you, but can you please maybe turn on the full screen? Since it's kind of hard to see what's going on.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Don't worry, your time is stopped, so... Okay, perfect. So let's continue. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. So enable customers to have a better feel of the products they buy online so they can try on clothes and shoes at home. We provide SaaS platform for 3D and AR objects, which may be easily integrated with any e-commerce and mobile app. We support AR visualization, virtual try-on, and size advisor for both apparel and footwear. And recently, we have used our technology to digitize the world's best football player, Robert Lewandowski, and his new sportswear collection, which you can see in augmented reality. So why now? Today, the big 5 tech companies invest in AR, and they build the ecosystem. Fashion brands like Hugo Boss and Calvin Klein already design products in 3D, and the same happens in other industries. So we believe that machine learning-powered AR is the next interface for product experience, and it will bring a huge change for retail, just like mobile has changed a few years ago. So AR is the next big thing, and now is the best time to invest in it. The market potential is huge and growing. It will reach $8 billion in 3 years, and exit potential for investors is also great. We understand that most potential clients do not have 3D models yet, and we need to help them to change that. That's why we not only offer the complex 3D try-on and AR solutions, but also the know-how on how to implement it within their production and supply chains. And there's only a few competitors, and they lack a quality of visualization, automation, and the coverage of the whole process. So our business model is simple and scalable. First, we help clients in digitization. So there is a one-time service fee for garments and a hardware as a service model for footwear. The core SaaS platform is subscription-based. It is about €60 per product per year. We already have in our sales pipeline clients from the local market with implementations ongoing, and we aim for international markets. We are a group of serial entrepreneurs, each of us having 10 to 20 years of experience in software development, 3D graphics, visual effects, and the fashion industry. We already had some successful exits, but also failures. So last year, we raised a pre-seed round. We've got 2 startup accelerators and an international mentoring program. This year, we have started sales, and we are going to raise a seed round. Our plan is to double the team and to hire an experienced head of sales in the US or Western Europe, and build international sales team. Thanks for your time. Please ask questions.
Okay, awesome. So we have 3 minutes, 42 seconds for questions. Judges, are you ready to ask questions? Let's go.
Hi, Łukasz. Nice to see your product developing. So I'm wondering about the first POCs that you said that the first implementations are ongoing. So what kind of behavior do you see the clients using the platform?
So we have just launched the project with 4F with Robert Lewandowski a few days ago. So we do not have the feedback yet, but they go forward with the project. So I think they are satisfied. We have also launched a POC with Moliera 2. We have digitized a shoe for them. And they were happy with the implementation and with the results, but they are waiting for our another functionality, which will be the virtual try-on of shoes in front of a mirror. So you'll be able to use your mobile phone and augmented reality to see a shoe on you in front of a mirror like you do in a retail store. And it differentiates us from the competitors who have only the top-down view on your foot, for example, for the footwear. So the feedback is quite good. And we talk also to some other clients. In a few days, we will launch implementation for one of the dresses manufacturer. It is quite well known in Poland, and we talk to some other companies.
You gave a list of competitors in apparel and in shoes. What makes you the best to win the race? You mentioned Zikit, which are already doing sales for almost 5 years. You've got a company
So
called...
I have a slide for you to answer your question. Can you see the slide? So the biggest difference is that, thank you, that we have augmented reality, and for example, Zikit doesn't have AR, and they have only 2D visualization of the products. So we differentiate mostly to augmented reality, and that we have already the implementation, which is live, and most of our competitors doesn't even have a demo on their website available. So it differentiates us mostly that I think we are a little bit better with the product development than they, and we have already some clients which are using it.
Can you explain? Is there anyone else asking question? I don't know. Nate or Attila, go ahead.
Go ahead. It's fine.
Lucas, can you explain how you differentiate from Metal, for example, who's been in the market for years now, more than a decade, and they do 2D and 3D modelization on the spot, and they obviously work with retailers for quite a while now. So, what is it that is different from Metal, and why don't you have them on your competition slide?
I do not remember why I do not have them here, but I believe they also do not have the augmented reality yet. So there is the most the functionality which differentiates us the most from the others. So we believe there is a lot of space for this kind of technology to be implemented for the fashion industry.
And can I ask if your competitors decide to enter this AR market, how long would it take for them to adapt, actually, to have some kind of technology similar to yours?
I don't know.
Sorry, but you will have to address that question in Hopin or Wolfsmash since we are running out of time. So unfortunately, that's all we've got. Thank you, Łukasz. So I see this, Pavel. Turn on the camera if you can hear us or see us. Okay, so let us try one more time. Where are you? Okay, so can you hear us? Can you see us?
Yeah.
Okay, so your 4 minutes of questions. Maybe turn on your presentation just for judges, to have the context, to remember what was going on.
Yeah, here it is. Just let me share my screen then.
Absolutely.
Again, just a second. And here you go. Right?
Okay, so we are ready. 4 minutes. Please, judges. Thank you.
Maybe let's start with Kevin, the question that Kevin asked about the go-to-market strategy.
Pavel, can you hear us?
Yeah.
So maybe you don't hear the question. So the question is, what's your GTM strategy?
So, well, at the moment we're entering the market, and we're trying our first contacts with businesses and offer them our solution. So we're starting with construction industry, jewelry, and some producers of physical goods. So they're interested in showing their products with 3D on the web pages and showing them in augmented reality. So this is the first strategy is just like that. Another one is from another business model that we want to apply, which is e-commerce sales commission. So we would like to approach e-commerce businesses with the help of a plugin, which will help to integrate our solution into e-commerce websites, and thus giving us the possibility to take a commission from those e-commerce sales. So like that.
Thank you.
Pavel, I didn't get in the presentation. Do you also create the 3D products, the 3D models and everything, or that somebody else takes care of?
Well, we actually provide a platform to upload those 3D graphics and models, and our platform allows to create an application with those assets.
But the content creation, you don't handle at all.
Well, no, we can help with content creation as well, but our business model is not about content creation, but we can help with it as well.
So if I look vertically integrated about companies who have the content creation of TD from 2D to 3D, for example, Hexa or REST AR, they create the content, they produce also the app for AR, for web application, for everything. They provide a full cycle, and if a client comes to you, he needs to go and find somebody to also create the content with him as well. So he needs to distribute his vendors, right?
It can be like that, but it's not mandatorily. We can help with content creation as well.
What does it mean?
It's just not the main part of our business model, like that.
If anything, we have 20 seconds. So if there are any last-minute questions. Okay, so maybe Pavel, you have 20 seconds to say something final about your pitch.
So adding to that question of content creation, so basically, yes, we can manage the full cycle as well. So not a problem.
Okay, so we have only 6 seconds left. In that case, thank you so much, Pavel, and we will proceed with Piotr from Rendero. Thank you so much. Hello, can you show us your screen?
Yes, I think I'm doing it now.
Yeah, it's already there. So 3 minutes, take them away.
Perfect. Hi guys, I'm Piotr, and I'm here to tell you about Rendero, cloud workplace for filmmakers, graphic designers, and animators. But let me first start with, some would say, unrelated topic. Here is John. John is a gardening enthusiast, and imagine that John needs to dig something in his garden. Would you say that just to do that, John needs to buy a whole big excavator? Of course not. So why is that there are many creative individuals that are in this exact spot? That there are people who, when they want to do something, they've got no other option but to buy specialized equipment. Those people are creatives in film, graphic design, and animation. To do only part of their job, they have no other option but to buy powerful, specialized computers, software, and a lot of storage space. Even if part of the work they're gonna use it for usually takes them only around 10 weeks a year. I've experienced this problem on my own. I was one of those creatives. I did things such as primetime shows for Discovery Channel and Canal Plus. And during years of my work, I've noticed that this problem is common to every creative in this industry. Right now, this kind of creative individuals can either buy those powerful but stationary computers or trade some of this power for mobility by buying those heavy laptops. And unfortunately, they can't perform their work comfortably on their personal devices. Those just lack the necessary power. But all of that changes with Rendero. Rendero is a cloud workplace that they can use instead of their traditional workstations. They can run all of their favorite programs and work on all of their projects remotely in our cloud infrastructure. Our solution provides them 4 key benefits: remote work, security, collaboration, and cost effectiveness. How do we do that? We give them our powerful cloud workstations, our secure cloud storage, and our easy-to-use managing platform. Thanks to those, they get ease of remote work and collaboration, secure storage for their files and projects, and instant access to the highest possible computing power. And the best thing is that they can access it from any of their personal devices. They can access it from MacBook Air, from Windows Surface, from tablets, even from their phones. And all of this is done in pay-as-you-go model, so they pay only for what they use. But let's talk some numbers. Total addressable market for the solution was estimated on $26 billion in 2021 and is expected to grow in the following years. So as you can see, there is a potential here. We have launched a public beta version of our platform in October 2020. And since then, we are growing more than 50% of compound monthly growth rate in terms of customer acquisition and revenue, generating traffic mostly from the US, UK, and Germany. We are also looking for additional investment to further expand and scale up our project. Thank you, guys. I'm Piotr, and I was telling you about Rendero, cloud workplace for filmmakers, graphic designers, and animators. And of course, I'm here if you have any further questions.
Wow, what a timing. Perfectly. Okay, so now we have 4 minutes, actually 3 minutes, 54 seconds for Q&A sessions. Judges?
Who was calling this the cell phone during my presentation? It was kind of disturbing.
That is,
Okay,
there is on the Q&A session, so...
How? Go ahead, Attila. Sorry.
Thank you. So I'm wondering about your competitors actually. So what are the main similar companies on your market, especially in the US, your focus? Who would you call your main competitors?
Yeah, could I have my presentation again? So the closest competitor right now, can you see it? Or yeah, the closest competitor right now is Paperspace in terms of the modules that they are providing their customers. They are also targeting creatives, but they are focused on B2B market. They also lack some features that are available in Rendero. The second important competitor in terms of approaching creatives is Wagon.io. They are also providing only desktop as a service at the moment. Other companies that are thinking about approaching creatives and offer cloud infrastructure are Paperspace and Cloud Allies. So those are the companies that we are comparing ourselves with.
All right, thank you.
Oh, did you had the question? Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, I just wanted to, sorry. I would be happy to know about the go-to-market because you said that the competitors are doing B2B and you said it's differentiated because you're going to go just B2C or I'm mistaken?
Not only that, let me find the right slide for that. Probably Yeah, so we are approaching we are selling our solution through our web platform. So already we have more than 450 customers all around the world, and more or less half of those are freelancers, are individuals that are just connecting to their credit cards and using our resources. So our market approach is twofold. One is through our marketing. And as you can see, we have those four channels: social media, SEO, knowledge hubs, such as paid articles in No Film School, Creative Cow. We did some of those, and those work well. Influencer marketing. This is also the other way to approach this kind of customers. And we are also participating in a major industry events. Just 2 weeks ago, we've been part of European film markets, Berlinale, one of the most important industry events for independent film. So this is also our approach. And at the moment, we are also creating a sales team focused on B2B. We see that we have a lot of inbound traffic coming from medium enterprises, but also from major industry players. And we know that this is something also at what we have to focus in the future.
Thank
What
you.
is your user acquisition? What is your cost user acquisition?
It depends on the channel, but I don't have the right data regarding particular channels on me right now. I can provide them if you're interested.
What do you need the
Okay,
most right
so-
now, Peter?
So sorry, Kevin, but this is the moment when we are running out of time. Still, maybe connect on Hopin. Who knows? Maybe you're gonna be able to ask this question there. And for now, thank you very much, Piotr, and welcome, Sebastian, with Holo Cafe. Hello.
Hello, good
And
evening.
3 minutes are yours.
Thank you. Hey everyone, my name's Sebastian. I'm one of the founders of the Holo Cafe, and today I'm going to take you on a journey to the future of entertainment. We're a bunch of seasoned game developers with backgrounds from Ubisoft, Crytek, and 20th Century Fox, and we've been busy in the home entertainment sector so far. But in 2016, we decided to found the Holo Cafe with one particular mission, and that is to bring immersive entertainment with virtual reality to the masses. Now, unlike you might think right now, we're not talking about home entertainment deliberately. Instead, we're focusing on location-based entertainment, and there's a reason for that. The medium VR is extremely immersive, especially in the entertainment and gaming sector. You can do great, amazing experiences with it. But the problem in that sector is also, if you don't really have space to move around, the entire experience becomes less than it could be, or you refrain to locomotion methods that make the players motion sick. And that's a feeling that can arise within 5 minutes and just keeps you busy for the entire day. Not a very pleasant thing. So, of course, we're not the only ones who've targeted this sector. And what the industry is looking like right now is that we have game developers developing content, platform developers providing infrastructure, and we have operators who are usually not familiar with both of the other fields and generally not that tech savvy. So what this results in is a market situation where it's rather difficult for the operator to source the different software components that are intercompatible and provide a great user experience at the same time. And this is where we come in. We follow a holistic concept where we do not only consult founders and entrepreneurs on the business side and legal side of things, but we have a complete platform that comes with a couple of different features. One of those features is our platform software that gives the best efficiency for operators, best staffing costs overall to run their business. And it also comes with family-friendly, dedicated content that takes into account the very different consumption behavior we have in location-based compared to home entertainment. And of course, we bundle all of this under one brand umbrella, where we have everything from online booking, customer loyalty systems, and a themed cafe area where we let the experience start even before customers get into VR. We monetize this as a franchise model and also as a standalone licensing model for already established leisure facilities. And we're already gone international on both of these ends. And now, of course, Corona gave all of this a certain dip, but we think right now is a good chance to scale back up and prepare. And for that purpose, we're looking for a late seed investment. And for anyone who wants to reach out, this is my contact data, and I'm happy to take any questions you may have.
Okay, so we have 3 minutes 53 seconds. If you want, you can proceed with pitch and maybe tell us a bit more. But if not, judges are here and ready to ask questions.
So can I ask, how did you refocus your operations during the COVID times when you couldn't operate the venues?
So basically what we did to keep the entire thing alive was to use our software development resources to do something anti-cyclic. We developed a digital trade fair and events platform called mixup.world that we can kind of use as a revenue channel while everything is being closed down and digitally events are becoming more important. But at the same time, we're also working in the background on new software modules to start back into more with more force. And also we focus our sales efforts on East Asia, New Zealand, and Australia, where they're kind of a little bit better and more successful with container dry now, and where leisure facilities are already back open.
Cool, thank you. Can I ask one more question? So, so do you invest into content creation, like the games you showed, or how do you acquire them?
We develop most of the content ourselves. We do partner with a couple of external companies like Ubisoft, but most of the content is being produced in-house. And the reason for that is that most of the content out there has been conceived with home entertainment in mind to begin with, and these developers then have expanded their sales funnel to location-based. But the way that people play at home and they play in an LBE environment is very different. At home, you have the core gamers that purchase kind of all of the latest gear and are also familiar, and you can confront them with difficult game menus and all sorts of stuff. In LBE, we can attract a much wider audience, like from 6 to 82, everybody's there, including many people who have never touched video games before. And for them, we need to develop games in a very, very different way. And also what we're doing is we leverage the opportunities we have with the sensor systems and the space we have available in location-based, which allows us to put multiple users in the same physical space. So they have a connection that they can feel and hear the other players they're playing with being physically present, which is not possible with home entertainment. So you kind of need to develop games in a very different way. And the market almost cannot provide these games to us. So the core is really custom development.
Thank you.
Once VR becomes more mainstream and more at home, what are your plans for them? Because technology is being commoditized. So in 2 years, we'll all have a set or 2 sets at home playing together. We might even let go of TV. Where are you going when this becomes mainstream? Really mainstream.
Yeah, we see this happening with the Oculus Quest 2. Like, this is the only successful device in home entertainment right now because of its ease and use, and it's all standalone. But we don't really see it at a competition, because the differentiation is that we have a social experience with people being physically in the same place, and a different approach to game design than what you could possibly do in home entertainment. So even if the devices become a commodity and get a wide reach in home entertainment, this will still be 2 different types of experiences. Like, one thing I like to compare it with is kind of bowling. It's so old, it has been out there for so long, and the game mechanics haven't changed across all these decades, but it still brings people there. And that is because the game mechanics are built for repetition, and it's thriving by how the dynamics in your player group are.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, judges. For now, the time is out, so we'll see each other later. And next on SimLab, Marek, hi. Let us
Hello.
see your presentation. Perfect. 3 minutes are yours. Take them away.
Okay. Hello, guys. We are SimLab. We are operating on the market since 2 years. We are a small startup coming from Poland, located in Gliwice. And since like 15 years as the team, we are working in computer graphics, mostly with virtual reality, augmented reality, but not in the gaming, but mostly in a serious gaming, which is a simulation and professional simulators for different industries. But that was always working for someone, working for big corporations all over the world. And that was like, our hands were tied, although a lot of ideas, but as a service company, we are stuck with the project which customers pays, and your innovation is like always limited. So we have the team which knows each other since a long time. And then we have the network of the global partners that we worked already in the past for the last 15 years. So what we are missing for this TNT, our strategy for the success, was timing. And that opportunity came, which opened our minds once we all grown up, like 35 years old, and everybody of us wanted to build a house. So that was like a saving timing for us, because living in a beautiful computer graphics where we are building great worlds of simulation with the nice CG effects, that was reality. This is what we get from our architects. So living in that kind of the experience, this is what we get. For us, that was a big shock. And when we were doing our own houses with the architects and professionals, this is what we get. And this is what we did in digitalization software. So why is that? We find out that the construction sector, construction market, and construction industry is the least digitized industry of the global economy. That makes for us as the SimLab, of course, like a computer graphic expert, a huge opportunity. And while building the house, we have identified a lot of user groups which are completely independent from each other, like property owners, which is us, investors, developers, contractors, subcontractors, building inspectors, real estate agents, insurance companies, and so on. And all of them are using their own toolkits, which is a totally mess, not compiling with each other, not working, not talking to each other even. So we decided to create our own platform, and there it is. The platform which allows us to use the digitalization methods. I'm sorry, I don't see the screen too much. I'm sorry, I need to remove it so I can remove the voice. The digitalization where we using a chip scanning the technologies and photogeometry, for example, we can add on top of each other many chip scanning methods and build a platform which can, with the visuals, communicate with those different group sectors. And when we give them a small toolkits like painting toolkit, like a measurement toolkit, like making a notes, voice records, now we create a platform for people that don't use the 3D graphics on a daily basis. And once you can create reports from that and share them online, that's kind of the communication tools that integrate all of those group of interest people. And going further along,
just letting you know that we are already in a Q&A session, so I'm not sure if you prefer to stay in a pitch or go straight to the Q&A session.
Yeah, let's go to the Q&A session, and in that time I will run how the solution looks like today with opens to your questions.
Okay, so we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds for your questions. Judges, go ahead.
So where are you right now with the product and development and the traction? Probably it was in your pitch further.
One more time, please.
Traction and product development, where are you right now?
Actually, right now we have an early alpha, which we already signed a contract to implement it with the biggest world players in the home automation systems, also with the biggest scanning digitalization company, which is owning millions of the scanned apartments. And that's our strategy to go through the big ones, working with the technology and delivering the products through them. where we are. The product is almost completed. We already made pilot projects with the technology for the first year of our existence, where we got a traction of 250,000 euros. In the next year, was the last year with the COVID, we earned 1.2 million euros with doing a pilot for the developers and contractors. And today we are actually trying to go to market with our technology partners with the product, which is in the early alpha stage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever planning on entering the B2C market actually, or you will stay strictly B2B in the future?
Well, definitely, we strongly believe that all of the fans of the home automation systems and people that are using technology in the houses, they are like individual gadget people. So for them, we are open to pay like a monthly license fee for entering the software. But at the first stage, we are focused mostly on the B2B, like companies like Airbnb, companies with the chain of the facilities, like for example Starbucks coffees in the States, or like shops with the huge network, on developers delivering the full house for the future owners of the apartment. This software is dedicated mostly for the owners, because through the whole life cycle of the building, that data stays with the owner of the house at the end.
Okay, so what's the entry barrier for me as a user? So I want to use this platform. What do I need to actually utilize it?
Or you pay for the professional service to make this beautiful scan of your house that costs around $150. And if you know a little bit of the technology, you can scan it with yourself, with your cell phone, with the iPhone for free. You need a couple of the devices, which are your IoT devices, or you can tag your assets yourselves and just use it free of charge to the limit of number of devices in a house, or you basically pay a license fee for the professional license, which is around $9, which is the Netflix kind of the fees a month.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we have only 20 seconds left. So any maybe last remarks, Marek?
Guys, we want everybody who owns the house, who is renting the apartment, who lives in the office, who is using the office, to have all of the data, invoices, warranties, contact details for the service team, but also the IoT devices in your pocket with your mobile devices on your cell phone through the internet website. This is our website, so everybody can use it free of charge or with a small monthly payment.
Thank you so much, Marek. Thank you. Let's move on to Pavel with Run Video. Hi, Pavel. Let us see your presentation.
Okay, let me know if you can see my presentation.
For now, it's, I think, loading. Something is not right. Weird. Maybe you can turn off the sharing of the screen and turn it on again, since it's not showing on.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So you have your 3 minutes. Take them away.
Okay, so hi, my name is Pavel, and I want to present you our Altron AR platform. We found out that the object recognition algorithms needs to be improved, but it's not easy to train them. So why not to give the players a mobile game with AR experience to get their screens as our algorithms trainers. And the positive side effects of this is the engaging business tool for our partners. So we are building the platform where our partners can build the mobile game without any coding experience. And this game could be AR based with their 3D models. And the idea of the game is to make users to taking tasks, quests, and get the rewards for that. So the one side is the platform to creating games without any coding experience, and the second hand is the mobile game with augmented reality experience, when users can take tasks, take quests, and get the rewards for playing. The games are limited only by the imagination, because it could be a tourism-based scenarios, it could be RPG scenarios, and we are looking for the content creators to create a good experience for our players. But the second hand is the companies which want to have good marketing and innovative marketing. The game, the tasks could be to, for example, visit some place, to scan some QR code, to scan some objects, to ask some questions, to talk with the 3D model and get the next quest, etc. So our business model is mainly subscription based, but we also plan to improve it in the future. We have over 20 people on board, and mainly software developers skilled with augmented reality projects. We built our own AR framework before the Apple and Google made this ready for the mobile market. And we had 10 million Polish zloty of funding from National R&D Center to improve our technology. And now we are looking for some marketing budgets. We are cooperating with some big brands in some nice projects. And I heard
So we are now in the Q&A session. You still have 3 minutes 43 seconds. So if you want to proceed with the questions, you're very welcome.
Okay, so as I understand correctly, the marketing part is that you help, you market the companies that reach out to you. How about the publishing of the game? So how do you reach the users? Do you also take care of that part for the content creators?
We have 3 ideas. One is to cooperate with some indie RPG games creators or comic creators to have their license to their stories, which we can add to our platform. The second source of the scenarios are companies which want to have some innovative marketing, for example. And the third way is to cooperate with some tourism organizations, for example, to have the tourism-based scenarios, to visit sightseeing places. And when we will have enough scenarios, then we believe that it will be easier to have more users, and the clients of companies will also be attracted by their marketing to join their games, for example.
Okay, so you're not planning to cooperate with any publisher or someone to spread the word?
It would be great, but we want to start from the little steps to get the idea validated, and then for example, cooperation with Sapkowski would be great, but it had been done 7 years ago, I believe.
Paul, why don't you just focus on the technology, which seems to be where you guys are excellent? Why don't you just focus on that, on the tech, and then you go to a massive, game production company and offer new revenue streams for them?
We have an experience in AR and mobile app creating, but we do not have a team for now, 3D games, for example, creators. And we believe that the good tool for our partners and potential customers would be a good idea for now. The main goal from the National Research and Development project is to create an engine for that source kind of games to improve the algorithms of object recognition. So this was the main technological problem, but we believe that it could be a great tool for non-technical companies or person to create their game, for example, in simple way, only having some ideas or maybe 3D models or use our base of 3D model.
How many people with no technical background do you know creating games?
For now?
Yeah. How much people do you know that have no technical background and are creating AR games? Because this is the market that you are going after at the moment.
Yeah.
So
for
how
now,
many people?
I know 0 people.
So
because
maybe
they don't have a tool for that. But I believe having a simple tool to create the scenarios which don't need to be technical, amazing technically, but simple scenario for this game, and it will be easy for them. So
sorry to interrupt you, Paweł, but that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for your pitch. And let's move on to Katarzyna Robocopa. Hello. Let us see your presentation.
Hello,
Perfect.
everybody.
So you have 3 minutes. Take the floor.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me and see the presentation?
Yep.
Yes, okay. All right. So I'm Robocoba, and this is SensiVR. Do you know that children which are hyperactive and need more movement like their peers, or like me, you was too shy to involve in game teams because of your clumsiness? So I guess you know the problem. More than 13% of children in primary school learn the best by motor skills. From therapeutic point of view, they have sensory difficulties. A global lack of psychotherapists does not help. We need innovative methods of support psychoeducation. For example, in the US, we have only one specialist per 30,000 of people. We create SensiVR, VR remote solution for children aged 7 to 12 with sensory difficulties. By using biosignals, which give us information about good posture and emotional balance, we give therapists app for remote monitoring them patients by exercises in virtual reality. Results of motor learning influence the coordination and awareness of body, and in the end, children are more self-confident and have self-esteem. We show our competitors not only from context of traditional integration sensory therapy, but also in the innovative field of VR games dedicated for well-being. We are working in the local market where this solution is still pioneering, but we know that VR therapy already exists in the US and in public health service, and it's about treatment chronic pain, rehabilitation elder people, and working with phobias also for children. Our team is this group of interdisciplinary people which working with children every day and know the problem from own experience, and a group of developers which cope with sensors, VR, and data. We're looking for not only 25% of contribution to R&D projects, and also partnerships with local therapeutic centers and university. We are in the beginning of our journey where we have defined our conception, and we test our prototype with our customers, therapists, and we know from them that this solution can be work not only in local centers, but also at home. Please feel free to ask question.
Okay, so we're in the Q&A sessions. Please, judges, your turn.
Who would be your ideal customer? So even on the B2C or B2B level, who is your the customer that you want to target first?
Okay, so it's like B2C2B. So our customers in local center, therapy center, but we first looking for our customers like parents of children which has these problems.
Okay, thank you.
If I can add something more, please go ahead.
So what's the entry level for, like, when you talk with the therapists? So how open are they to use your product?
So
and what do they need to use that, like certificate or so on?
Okay, they are really open because they need innovation and engagement tools for therapy. For now, the therapy is going to be quite off board, but also they have problem to support them therapy at home, which is very important for sensory therapy because parents can't work with children at home, then they don't have enough ideas of that. So this is like tools which have to support the traditional sensory therapy, and we have few of therapists in our team already, which help us to develop this product and make it happen, with help of created environments and exercises in a VR experience.
Thank you.
Are the therapies updated to be personalized based on the children's advancement or relapses, or is it at the moment linear with plan to be? Where is it going? Because every kid with sensory problems is different, and every kid is different. So how are you going to address all of that breadth of different cases and different children?
All right. So for now, we concentrate on specific senses which we can cope with. This is like hearing, vision, and proprioception, which is specific senses. And we have like idea to start from the children which are hyperactive and underactive. So, for example, we create only. We have idea to finish create 10 exercises in the end of this year, which we will become with specific senses for now. Of course, we're going to develop this idea in the future by next steps, next senses.
And follow-up question, if I have time. Children, little girls are diagnosed very late on hyperactivity, usually twice or three times older than boys, because it manifests differently between boys and girls. Do you have some way that you think you will have a diagnostic tool for that? Because that is one of the biggest problems in the world, by the way, diagnosing girls with hyperactivity. It's very, very hard. So a diagnostic tool is very needed.
Okay, so this is not exactly about some hyperactive. It's more about a sensitivity, which is already diagnosed when children are really early age. So even this specific sensory integration therapy is dedicated for younger than 7 years old.
Okay,
Younger children.
Kasia, I'll have to interrupt you here. We are really running out of time, so thank you so much for your pitch. Thank you, judges. Don't forget to fill in the assessment forms. And Rosie will be joining you in literal a minute with sector sustainability and clean tech. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.